Tables in Excel Advanced. In this lesson, we'll first of all create a table. We'll look into how you can modify a table, how you can design a table, and we'll look into a number of advanced functionalities. For example, total rows in tables or data selection that automatically calculates descriptive statistics on the selection that you've made in Excel. That's what we're going to discuss in this video. Let's get started. Let's go to Excel. In my case, you can see that this is Excel 2016. Over here, you can see the Power BI sample file. We'll first take a look at this in Excel. Let's start by opening this one. As you can see, it's an Excel sheet that contains several columns. In addition, this is the data that you'll use to build the Power BI dashboard in the next module. As we scroll down in the sheets, we can see that there are almost 1,500 people working at this company. Now there are several columns in this Excel sheet, like age and other variables. In the attrition column, you can see whether people have left the company or not. We're going to disregard this column for this exercise though, just so we can work with more data. We have business travel, the daily rate, department, distance from home, most likely miles or kilometers, education levels, and field of study. The dataset has some unique employee numbers, and we have a column about satisfaction. There's a column about the gender, the hourly rate and the job role, satisfaction, marital status, monthly income, monthly rate, and several other columns. What we will do is we will transform this Excel sheet into something more useful. To do so, we will transform this Excel sheet into a table. Let's start by transforming this Excel sheet into a table. You can click anywhere on the inside of the table, go to the Insert tab, and click the button called Table. As you can see, the shortcut is Ctrl+T. This will help you create the table even faster. Let's click the button and press OK. The Excel sheet has now turned into a table. And as you can see on the top, a new tab called Design appears. Now when we created a table, we selected our table to have headers. One of the benefits of the table is that if you scroll down, you can see the headers stay on top of the Excel sheet. In the table, you can easily change the look and feel. To do so, we go to the table style over here. And you can open this little menu and we can choose different colors, like say we like the orange one. And if we click it, you can see how the table changes to an orange version. Over here in the group Table Style options, you can see there's a header row, a total row, etc. Let me show you how these options work. If you uncheck the header, all the column names will disappear. That's not very useful, so let's turn it on again. There is also a visual option called banded rows. If you don't like them, you can turn them on. The same goes with banded columns. If you press this, the columns will be colored. The other option is last column. If you click that one, we get a last column. As you can see, it's highlighted. Oftentimes the last column contains the total, but that's not the case in this worksheet. We can also check the first column and click it. This will highlight the first column. Many Excel sheets work with a unique identifier, such as a personal ID or a customer number, a transaction number, etc. For these kinds of items, such a highlighted first column could be very useful. Let's turn this one off again. The next option is the most interesting. It's called Total Row. If you click that one, you can see that the total has been added. Now if you go there and click somewhere in the row, you can see a little arrow. If you click on it, you'll see several functions. Let's say we want to know the average distance from home for all staff. What we will do is we will select this field and click the average. As you can see, the average distance is around 9. What we can do just to make it look better is change the number of digits. To do this, we go to the home screen and click on Number. It now should have 2 decimal places. We can now also very easily check how many people this Excel table contains. To do this, we can click inside the total row and click Count. As you can see, there are just below 1,500 people working for this company right now, more specifically 1,470. For now, let's turn the total row off again. To do so, we click the Design tab and we turn it off again. Let's now format the table so it displays all the information that's in it. What I do is I select all column names by pressing the A column, just like this. I then drag it all the way to the right until we've selected all the information. We then double click the space in between the columns over here. Now, as you can see, all the columns have the maximum width that they need to display all the information. This makes reviewing the data pretty easy. Now you've learned the basics of working with a table. We'll make the banded rows visible again because they make the data appear more structured. Let's also go for a different color. I think blue is a nice and a fresh color. There is another tool that helps us analyze data very quickly, and it's quite awesome. To show this, we'll go to Distance from Home. What I do now is I go to the first cell in the column and then I press Ctrl-Shift down. Now the whole column has been selected. At the bottom of the worksheet you can now see the sum, the average, the minimum, and over here you can see the count. And as you can see, the average is, as we've seen before, around 9. Big question is, why do these numbers appear here at the bottom? This is probably not happening in your Excel sheet at home yet. Well, that's because you have to turn them on. To do this, you need to go to the bottom bar in the Excel sheet. You right-click it, and over here there are some checkboxes that you should check. After doing so, whenever you make a selection, it will automatically generate all these numbers at the bottom. This is an option in Excel that makes it really easy to get quick descriptive statistics on your data by simply selecting it. Let's go to the top of the sheet again. In the next step, we want to analyze the data in this table. We'll do this by inserting a pivot table. However, there are way more functionalities that we haven't talked about yet. I will show you how you can enrich your pivot tables by adding slices and eventually turning your data into a dashboard, just using Excel.